Hello friends, today we are talking about drug therapy of gout. Okay, drug therapy of gout. Now, what do you mean by gout? Gout is a disorder that is characterized by deposition of uric acid crystals in joints. Okay, now how many types of gouts are there? Okay, now gout we have two types: acute gout and chronic gout. Okay, acute and chronic. Now the question arises, what do you mean by acute gout and what do you mean by chronic gout? Acute gout means attack of gout that is characterized by swelling, pain, redness. Okay, and it reaches its peaks. It reaches its peak within 12 to 24 hours and then it diminishes without any treatment. Okay, and in case of chronic in chronic gout, what happens? Chronic gout it is characterized by 1 to 2 attacks of gout every year. Okay, and often more than one joint is affected in case of chronic gout. Okay, now in case of acute gout, we use NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, because it is characterized by pain. The pain is relieved by NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, and the drug of choice is indomethacin. Drug of choice is indomethacin, and if the patient does not respond to indomethacin, then the steroids are given. Then steroids are given, for example, prednisolone. Okay, this is NSAID. Okay, first drug is NSAID. Now, second drug is colchicine. Now, what is the mechanism of action of colchicine? As we know, colchicine it inhibits the phagocytosis. It also inhibits the chemotaxis. Okay, it inhibits phagocytosis. It inhibits chemotaxis and it inhibits microtubules. By inhibiting microtubules, it inhibits the process of chemotaxis, and by inhibiting the process of chemotaxis, it inhibits the migration of leukocyte in the joint and thereby preventing inflammatory reaction. This is about colchicine. Now guys, what are the side effects associated with colchicine? These are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, bone marrow suppression, and alopecia. Okay, and this colchicine is used in acute gout and amyloidosis. Acute gout and in amyloidosis, this colchicine is used. Now we will discuss about chronic gout. Okay, now we will discuss about chronic gout. As we have already said that chronic gout is 1 to 2 attack of gout per year and often more than one joint is affected. Okay, now this chronic gout, in case of chronic gout, we have to decrease the uric acid level. Somehow we have to decrease the uric acid level, and how we can do this? We will do it by 3 ways: by decreasing uric acid synthesis, or we can do increase uric acid excretion, or third, we can metabolize uric acid. Metabolism of uric acid is done by enzymes. Okay, increased uric acid excretion is done by uricose uric drugs, and in for decreased uric acid synthesis, we have to give a patient xanthine oxidase inhibitor. Xanthine oxidase inhibitor, and the common xanthine oxidase inhibitor we use is allopurinol. This allopurinol, it is the drug of choice in case of, it is the drug of choice to decrease the uric acid synthesis. Okay, now in which conditions this allopurinol, it is the analog of hypoxanthine, and it is this allopurinol is analog of hypoxanthine, and it is used in chronic gout use. Okay, now in which conditions we have to give a patient this, we have to give allopurinol in case of increased uric acid production, and uric acid production increases in 3 cases. Okay, tumor lysis syndrome, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, tumor lysis syndrome, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, and in case of organ transplant, tumor lysis syndrome, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, and in case of organ transplantation. Now, the side effect associated with this drug, allopurinol, is most common side effect is hypersensitivity, and most common effect is hypersensitivity, and paradoxical side effect of xanthine oxidase inhibitor is acute gout. Paradoxical is acute gout. Therefore, we give patient NSAIDs, okay, or colchicine. Okay, this is side effect associated with allopurinol. Now, other xanthine oxidase inhibitors are oxypurinol and febuxostat. This oxypurinol is orphan drug, and it is given in case of hypersensitivity, it is given in case of allopurinol hypersensitivity. This febuxostat is used in chronic. We will discuss about uricose uric drugs, that is those drugs which increases uric acid excretion. Okay, now uricose uric drugs, they are used in chronic gout. Okay, chronic gout. These drugs are given when xanthine oxidase inhibitors are ineffective or they are intolerable. Under excretion of uric acid or ventopy present. Okay, in this category, the drugs in this category are LSBPL. L is what? Losartan. Okay, then S, sulfine pyrazole. Okay, benzbromarone, probenecid, and lesinurant. Okay, These drugs, these all the drugs, they are not effective. They are not effective in renal failure except Bain's bromide. They are not effective except Bain's bromide. Okay. Now the side effect with this uricose-uric drugs, it is renal stone, and that renal stone, the side effect is renal stone, and these renal stones, they are neutralized by adequate water. Okay. Now these uricose-uric drugs, they are contraindicated in conditions with increased uric acid excretion, increased uric acid production, and which conditions we have discussed? Three conditions. Which are they? Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, organ transplantation, and tumor lysis syndromes, which increases metabolism of uric acid. These are enzymes. In birds, uric acid is converted into allantoin by the enzyme uricase. Okay, and this allantoin is excreted in urine. But in case of human, we don't have uricase. Therefore, we develop enzymes that performs the function same as that of uricase, and these are rasburicase, and pegloticase. This rasburicase, it is used in tumor lysis syndrome, and this pegloticase, it is used in resistant chronic gout. Okay, resistant chronic gout. Okay, now coming to the side effects with the drugs that metabolizes uric acid, the side effects are triple H. Okay, methemoglobinemia, hemolysis in case of G6PD, and third is hypersensitivity. Okay, this is all about the various drugs that are used in therapy of gout. Okay, thank you so much. Keep watching.